One highlight of our Lake Huron adventure was the Henry Ford Museum, visited on day 2 in Dearborn, Michigan. Collections are explained and presented in an excellent, easy-to-understand format. An extra day would not have been too much to spend. One might expect to see only a large collection of Ford autos and trucks. Much more is presented in this museum.
So people would bring the tires over and put them on. Then they would do something else and connect the body to the chassis.
Ford built more than cars and trucks. A few Ford Tri-Motors still fly today.
December of 1941, the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway took delivery of a new class of locomotives, the tallest, heaviest steam locomotives ever built. Made for hauling mile-long trains out of the coal fields of West Virginia and Kentucky, the new engines were named after the mountains they were designed to conquer, the Alleghenies.
In 1829, Robert Stephenson's rocket next to an Allegheny. Come along on a short visit to Greenfield Village.
Born in that farmhouse in July of 1863, and when Henry turned 16, he decided to walk down to Detroit looking for work. Well, that proved to be a pretty good idea. As you know, Henry Ford is the man that gave the world the most important car ever made, the Model T. You can check out a Model T ride over on Main Street at the old Ford Motor Company.
All of us have helped create the changes. We work with Mr. Henry and his associates.
I never did anything by accident, nor did any of my inventions come by accident. They came by work. Thomas Edison. group travels north from Detroit to Mackinac Island by coach and ferry. Ferries operate a round trip from Mackinac City to Mackinac Island each hour. Two 650 horsepower Caterpillar engines power the fast ferries. Every year since 1887, Grand Hotel has welcomed guests to Mackinac Island. Hotel dress code is strictly enforced. No poor people are allowed in or near Grand Hotel. Enjoy spectacular views of the Straits of Mackinac in a rocking chair on the world's longest porch. A grand coach arrives to take guests somewhere on the island. Over 1,000 people can eat at one sitting. Off we go on a wagon ride to Fort Mackinac.
Put that there. This keeps everything that much cleaner. Yeah, folks. Grand Hotel today actually has 385 rooms, which each room is decorated. Grand Hotel even actually has one of their finest restaurants out there too. They call that the Woods as well. Now, folks, does anybody mind if I talk about my horses for a little bit?
Your driver and narrator for the next part of your tour is Chelsea. Please say hello to Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea. Hello.
From the first part of your tour. I'm trying to turn this volume up here. The mic's being a little finicky today. So they asked around and they found out about the tamarack tree. And the tamarack tree is an oil-based tree that's very dense.
She's on the deck of the ship, and this journal is just amazing. And it's dark, there's no moon. She knows the lake's kind of coming together because she sees campfires on either side are getting closer to her ship. She sees a couple candles in the window of a cabin. Then they come around Gray's Reef into the Straits of Mackinac.
Good morning.
Hey Alice, how you doing?
Good.
Built in 1917 and retired in 1966, the Great Lakes Freighter Valley Camp is 550 feet long. It is permanently docked in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, serving as a Great Lakes history museum. One does not often walk on the deck of a large freighter. A large working freighter passes the valley camp.
It's going to be in the
It's a nice size for a lot of things.
Those were original equipment.
Yeah.
November 24th, 1975, the bulk carrier SS Edmund Fitzgerald sank during a storm on Lake Superior, losing the crew of 29 men. Hotel for our first 2 nights in Canada is in Sault Ste. Marie, within walking distance to Walmart, and Agawa Canyon tour train. Road Scholar Group anxious to board train.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all wide awake, ready and raring to go. My name is Matt Johnston.
And I'm Kathy Taylor.
We are pleased to be your tour guides on this journey to Agawa Canyon Park. During our trip north, we'll be telling you all about how Sault Ste. Marie and the Algoma district came to become the vibrant city and prosperous region we know today.
Along the way, when you hear this sound, it will indicate that we are approaching a point of interest. I'll be letting you know in plenty of time what's upcoming, so if you wish, you can get your cameras ready.
It probably won't surprise you that many of the industries that are the foundation of the economic life of modern Sault Ste. Marie are served by this railway and are located along this track. As we will be passing many of them during the first few miles of our trip, I'll turn commentary over to Kathy.
Left is SR Steel Algoma, formerly known as Algoma Steel. It was founded in 1902 by Francis Clerg. There's that name again. With an annual production capacity of 2.8 trillion tons, SR Steel Algoma is Canada's third largest steelmaker and the Sioux's largest employer. This mill produces hot and cold roll, sheet, and plate steel, as well as welded beams, products that are shipped around the world. As the rail yard opens up around us, we get a real sense, by the sheer size of its operation, of how important the Algoma Central Railway is to the life of this region. Among the different examples of rolling stock you may see are gondola cars that haul pulpwood and hopper cars that transport iron ore, as well as snowplows and cranes. Coming up on our right is the Roundhouse, Diesel, and Car Shop, where Algoma Central's locomotives and track equipment are stored and maintained. Inside the Roundhouse, there is a huge
tour section, so you can follow our journey. The route map, incidentally, uses miles to mark our progress. If it seems odd that we don't measure distance in kilometers like we do everywhere else in Canada, it's because when our railway was originally built, miles were the only measuring unit, so we keep the tradition alive. You'll find the mile markers displayed on the poles along the right side of the track until mile 102, when they will appear on the left.
People have favorites. You said a couple words.
Stopping for lunch and a walk in the woods.